Don't miss any content. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell.
Welcome back to Sahara Football. As usual, I am your host, Salasi Fiawi. Today we're going to talk about Ghanaian player SULLEY Muntari. Now, Muntari has been in the headlines recently because he wants a move to Kaizer Chiefs. This is not an update on that. Today, SULLEY Muntari is calling on FIFA to do more about racism. Now, you remember an incident in his career when he was playing in Italy. He walked off the pitch after some racist chants have been made at him. He says that with the way FIFA implemented VAR to stop bad refereeing decisions, which is still not 100% eliminated and human error is always going to happen, he feels that something needs to be done to curb racism. Something urgent needs to be done by FIFA to curb racism. He says racism has no place in football and FIFA and co need to work hard to eliminate it from the world of football. We're also going to talk about Partey'S transfer. It's the hottest topic in town. Michael Essien has pitched in his thoughts on the Ghanaian player Partey, as well as his teammate Essien Trippier. As usual, if you're new to the channel, I advise you to subscribe to the channel and to click on the notification bell to get more updates. So SULLEY Muntari, we all know, is not a stranger to racism. In Italy, when he was playing in the Italian Serie A in a game, he was racially abused by the fans. He stood up and went off the pitch. Since that time in 2017, if I'm not mistaken, not much has been done about racism. Recently, there was a movement that was ongoing on social media following the death of George Floyd, and it came to the notice of everyone, including Kevin Prince Boateng mostly, and some other top players, that FIFA had done really little to combat racism. In the Premier League, racism has become a big issue, and it was something that a player like Raheem Sterling had been advocating for. But this time, SULLEY Muntari has added his voice to that chorus and says that FIFA need to do a lot more to curb the racism that is systemically going on in the world of football. Across the world, protests have been launched against racism after a video of the killing of a black man, as I said, George Floyd, went viral. Players and clubs in various leagues have staged a subtle on-field protest, with the Premier League recently taking a knee before every game. For instance, according to SULLEY Muntari, they have invented VAR, which helps take alternative views on decisions. So why don't you put that same energy into tackling racism, he asked. It will be recalled that in 2017, a passionate Muntari walked off the pitch after he was shown a yellow card after complaining to the referee about racist chants from Cagliari fans. Recounting his experience, he advised that such a situation calls for unity. When it happened to me, I walked off. Whenever someone encounters such a thing, the person needs to walk out. But we have to come together and fight it. The 35-year-old added that a person's color does not matter because we are all human beings. If we are showing these kinds of things to the young generation, it will go on forever if we don't change it. The former AC Milan and Inter Milan man has been without the club since leaving Albacete Ballon-Pierre. So that is it there from the camp of SULLEY Muntari. He says that the racism that is going on needs to be solved and needs to be curbed by FIFA. They need to do more to fight this racism. The way they invented VAR to tackle bad refereeing decisions, that's the same energy they need to put into helping curb this issue with racism. And it's quite clear. Racism has no place in football. I don't think anyone should be judged based on their skin color. Anyone should be given an opportunity based on their skin color. We are all human beings in the end. We all deserve equal opportunity, and that shouldn't be the prerequisite for anything, in my opinion. And I think SULLEY Muntari is right in demanding that this is done. At least the bare minimum is done, and that we need to ensure that the Africans or people of black nature, the black skinned people, colored people as it is called, are giving the same respect as anyone else in the world. It's equality we all want. Black lives matter, and I think FIFA need to step up in enhancing the racism punishment for players, fans, and everyone who does something racist to a player on the field of play. That is the only way they will be able to curb this racism issue. If we just sit down and think that it will go away by itself, it won't. We need to do something about it. The next generation doesn't have to go through this systemic racism. It is not fair to anyone to go through racism. It is not fair to any human being to be discriminated because of their skin color, which they have little control over. And should they have so much even control over it, which shouldn't be an issue. What matters is what you bring to the table, the substance you have, and that should be all that matters. Your skin color should have nothing to do with it. Let me know your thoughts on everything and the measures you think FIFA can put in place to curb racism. Maybe you have some ingenious ideas that someone from FIFA might read here while watching this video. So share the video, like it, and it might reach the right authorities with your comments down there on how you think FIFA can curb racism. My final story has to do with Thomas Partey's move to Arsenal. We all know that is the trending story all across the world. We are all looking at what decision Thomas Partey will make. The player is a quiet one, not making his thoughts known to the general public. Right now, he is focusing on securing Champions League football for his side, that is Atletico Madrid in the Spanish La Liga, and they are on course to doing that this season. Now, according to Michael Essien, he has pitched in his thoughts on the Ghanaian player Thomas Partey and his abilities and whether he can perform well in Europe, that is with Arsenal, which is the destination club that looks to be interested most in him. Essien Trippier, his teammate too, has pitched in his thoughts on the Ghanaian player and whether he can fit into the English Premier League. Essien, who played for Chelsea and did amazingly well with the Blues, has said that Thomas Partey would be a great fit and would be great to see him playing. He wished he could have played with Thomas Partey, but this is his time to shine. Thomas is still a very young player and everyone loves him out there. Going to the Premier League, who knows, obviously. His teammate Essien Trippier had this to say about Partey. Speaking last month, the former Spurs right back told a Beautiful Game podcast, "I'd seen him play for Atletico, but I didn't realize how good he is. He's unbelievable. His physicality, how he breaks up play, technicality, he's got everything. He ranks as one of the best midfielders I've played with. A different planet, that guy. Even in training, he has cruise control." Thomas is still a very young player, and everyone loves him out here. Going to the Premier League, who knows, obviously. I want him to stay here because he's a valuable member of our team. He speaks perfect English, very good English. I don't think he would have a problem with the Premier League. Trippier evidently holds Partey in high regard and believes he would be a brilliant addition to the Gunners. The Arsenal star's opinion of Partey who has scored 2 La Liga goals this term, matches that of former Ghana and Chelsea international Michael Essien. The former Blues midfielder is a big fan of his countryman and believes he is a player on the rise in Europe. This is what he said. Thomas Partey is a good player. I'd have loved to play with him. He is a young and talented player making waves in Europe. He is one player I'd have liked to play alongside, but it will never happen. It is their time at the Black Stars now, so we have to support them and hopefully they can take it to the next level from where we left off. Arsenal are looking to secure the services of Thomas Partey in this transfer window, but are waiting to the end of the season, which is 3 games away, to be able to make up for that money and to be able to get him and see any other additions. But he is a primary target of the Gunners, and these are the thoughts of Essien Trippier, a teammate of him now, and Michael Essien, a former legend of the game. Essien believes that Thomas Partey is an amazing player. He would have wished to play with him. He doesn't think he would have any problem moving to the Premier League. He is a talented youngster, and the sky is surely the starting point for such a player. Essien Trippier says he speaks good English. He is a technically gifted player. Even in training, what he does with the ball is so amazing. It will be great to see where Thomas Partey finally ends up, but it is quite clear that he has the blessing and he is really highly rated, not for any reason, but deservedly. So Thomas Partey, where will he be going? Let me know your thoughts in the comments box. I've been talking to you about the racism that SULLEY Muntari says FIFA needs to step up action against. It is bad and it is something that needs to be checked. He also said that the way they built VAR to check bad refereeing decisions, which is still, in my opinion, happening, they should do something that would check racist abuse on players so that they don't have to suffer that ordeal. Skin color never is a determinant of what opportunities or anyone should be exposed to discrimination of any kind because of their skin color. Essien holds Partey in high regard. Trippier feels he won't have a problem should he decide to move to the English Premier League. I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy your day.